If you have one special memory of Shukri Hanna, what would it be? Or something that he used to say that you always remember?
A lot of memories for him. I mean, he was the father of everybody. I mean, helping everybody.
And I also know the story that he had the chance to buy a hotel in Park Lane or build here, but he wanted to build here. I mean, he loved it here.
They had the big hotel, St. George in Lebanon, which was the top hotel in all Lebanon for the cat company. And it seems he liked the idea of having a hotel. So when he came to Cyprus, he wanted to do something for Cyprus.
I'm Farah Shammas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Today I have with me, or maybe possibly my most special guest that I'm going to have on this podcast. It is my uncle, my father's cousin, who worked at our hotel and Marina and the whole company for, oh my goodness, how many years, Ammar, were you here?
39 years.
Nearly 40 years. He's been in Cyprus for nearly 45 years, and he was our financial director of the company and knew my grandfather extremely well and helped really build this hotel and set up the whole foundation of what you see now. Ammar, thank you so much for finding the time
Thank you.
to come. Well, we used to have lunch together every day. You were my lunch buddy. And we always talked about the old days and when the hotel first opened and when it was being built. But let's start before that and go back to Syria when you were growing up and your memories with my grandfather, Jiddu, and how everything happened. Like, how did you guys moved from Syria to Lebanon and then to Cyprus, and how the hotel started?
Yeah, we were born in Homs in Syria in 1932. And I stayed in Syria till 1947 when I left from the third secondary in the school to Souk al-Gharb in Lebanon. I had my study there and I graduated the high school from Souk al-Gharb. And then I started freshman at the AUB, and freshman and 4 years, and I graduated as civil engineer. And then we started working in Beirut to go to Kuwait with CAT company, but the sort of revolution started in 1956 in Beirut against Camille Chamroun. I had to leave Lebanon and go back to Syria. I thought for a short period, but I stayed about 7 years, where I executed few projects, starting with the refinery of Homs, and then some stores, big stores in the desert, in the Syrian desert, with offices also. For this, they made them to collect the wheat and everything for whoever needs this and that. And then I came back. I executed another project, the big prison main prison in Syria. We made it in Homs. When we finished the prison, I executed a big factory for which makes the how do you sort it? It makes the strings of the all sorts of strings for to be used for manufacturing the things. And after that, happened in Syria another revolution, and they took over, and I thought that I had to leave at that time. And I came back to Beirut. There I was the project manager or the general manager of the Beton company which is it was the only company in the Middle East to make ready-mix concrete and transfer it to the different projects in Beirut. I stayed there about until the revolution came again in Lebanon in 1975. I stayed 1 year and then I lost hope. Then 76, we ran away. I went back to Syria and stayed without doing anything 1.5 years. When it was again quiet in Lebanon, I came back in 1978. We stayed 3 months and then again some problems happened in the Christian area and we left to Cyprus. And that's it. Now we are in Cyprus from 17 October 1978.
And so at that point you were working with Kat when you came over to Cyprus?
When I came to Cyprus, no, there was no, I didn't work with the Kat. The project doesn't have any relation with the Kat.
Yeah, okay.
So I stayed alone and until my uncle said that he bought the land and he wants to build a hotel. And he had a certain Iraqi in the project here. He left to Canada. So I took over. And, then Nizam came and when things started to, nearly started building the Marina, so we stayed together, the two, and then slowly the people were increasing until in we opened the hotel.
Yeah, in 1986, the Marina.
In June, and the hotel in June 1987.
Yeah, 1 year's difference, exactly. And how did my grandfather decide to build a hotel here?
I think one of the reasons was the situation in Lebanon, the bad situation. And he was so active and he doesn't want to leave things. I mean, he wants to make projects always. And when they moved the office of CAT to Beirut, to Cyprus, he found that the island was nice and quiet. And so he started thinking of a project here. And he saw that the tourism was starting to flourish in Cyprus. So he decided to buy a land to build a hotel. He bought it early in 78. And they left it and it took a lot of time with the lawyers and the KPM at the time it wasn't KPMG yet, the auditors and made all the necessary. I was here from 78 and then when he decided to apply for the
license and the permits,
building, I was called to start work there. I started alone and then Nizam came.
Yeah, my dad.
And things were going slowly. A lot of work until we reached opening hotel.
But one of the reasons for it took so long was because of the permit for the Marina, and also obviously that at the time, I mean, we weren't Cypriots and businesses then had to be owned 51% by Cypriots. So why did you want the Marina so badly? Because I think at one stage they said, okay, build the hotel, but not the Marina.
All the delay was for the license to build a Marina, because in Cyprus they didn't have anything of this private marinas. So it took really a lot of time, and but at the end, few of those in the government were helping. And we reached to get the license to build the Marina. And then within 1 week after the license, we started
building.
Putting the stones here. And
It's amazing. And why did you want the marina so badly? Because I know originally he thought maybe to build this project in Lebanon, a hotel in Marina, but then with the war, he decided to build it outside and fell in love with Cyprus. And I also know the story that he had the chance to buy a hotel in Park Lane or build here, but he wanted to build here. I mean, he loved it here.
They had the big hotel, St. George in Lebanon, which was the top hotel in all Lebanon for the cat company. And it seems he liked the idea of having a hotel. So when he came to Cyprus, he wanted to do something for Cyprus. And they started this project, which I hope it will be successful all the time.
Yeah, for sure. It is. And we love it. So tell us about the opening party.
Especially the marina. I mean, when it was opened, a lot of people liked it because they had their boats outside Cyprus or in some areas without marina. And this. So when we opened, quickly it was full.
Yes, and also I remember, do you remember when, I think it was the 30th anniversary of the marina we did a few years ago? You were there. So many people came up to us and were just literally so grateful and telling us thank you because their whole livelihoods had come out of the marina,
Of course, yes.
whether they were agents or had something to do with the repairs of yachts or excursions or tourism. And this whole industry was born out of our marina and people were so grateful for that. Do you remember?
Everybody was pleased of this, the government and the people. I mean, it was a big step up for Cyprus.
Absolutely.
And it helped in the tourism, of course. I mean, see people coming by sea and these things.
Yeah, because it's always been a port of entry.
We got to be a port of entry, not only as marina. I mean, it was a port of entry. People were coming with their boats directly without going to the port. To the official port, yes.
Yeah. So tell us about the opening. I mean, obviously my grandparents came and were here. You were here, Carla.
Most of the family came here and it was the 29th of June, 1987, sorry. The hotel, of course, the marina was opened in 86. They said like that. We had another official opening on the I think sometime in October.
November, I think.
No, October.
Was it October?
In October, it was a very nice, and the ministers came, and it was really when it started working because it was from June to October, it was
the soft
being
opening
organized and this thing. It was a very nice opening and all the ministers were very pleased. And everybody in Cyprus was speaking about the opening. It was the official opening.
I remember everybody was, I mean, I was a young child, but people were coming to the hotel just to see the glass elevators and the swim-up pool
We
bar.
had a few things which were not available in Cyprus. For example, the lifts in the lobby, they were very strange for most of the people here. And of course, also the hotel with the marina, it was the first one.
And still the only one.
A lot of new things, I mean, in the hotel. Very, very nice hotel. People liked the terraces and these things. The view was perfect, I mean, to the mountain and to the sea and from far to the town.
Yeah.
Everything is okay. We were the only building in this area, and now it became a village around us.
So many, huh? So much has been. How did you decide on this area? Because I remember the story that people were saying, oh, you're in the middle of nowhere. And he said, no, you'll see one day this will be the most sought after area in Limassol. Like he felt it. He loved this particular area of Limassol, the land here.
When he chose the land?
Yeah.
Because on the other side of the town, it was a bit over each other, the people, and it was from here open, and two hotels were on the way coming here, especially the Amatus, which was the top hotel in the town. It was again outside the
center,
town, in Sigonas. And after he chose this land, it was very suitable, good land, and at the same time the price was suitable. And when we started building, there was nothing in the whole area. I mean, it was...
Oh, it was so nice. So what special memories do you have of the hotel over the years? And also, how did we, because at the time when we opened, we were part of the Sheraton group. So
Correct.
How did we choose Sheraton from all the other operators out there?
It was chosen by my uncle, Shukri Hanna. He had some friends in the management of main office of Sheraton in America at the time. They were speaking to them, and they were ready to operate here. They spoke to in Europe, I think in Holland or something. It was, and then they came and visited the area, and they liked it. And there was one Iranian nationalized as American who was in charge of the on the side of Sheraton to go to see for the small things which Sheraton preferred at the time. He was very helpful, the man. And we had a lot of visits during the construction, and then after when we opened, perhaps there were too much costly. It was one of the reasons why you got them out. I mean, for Sheraton, the sort of work in Cyprus, all the tour operators here, they were used to work direct work, and mean not to wait for these people here. The Sheraton people were depending on their main office in Europe to send people. It didn't succeed. And we tried to make some cooperation with the small one, but the management was not so much liking this. They wanted to work it their way. That means the main office. So we had to split, and they left the hotel.
And then we rebranded as St. Raphael.
Nice,
They were nice, yeah.
They were nice people. They treat well, but very costly because they were going and coming every month or every 2 weeks, 2 or 3 of them first class on the planes. And here they go to the big hotels, even the best hotels. So it was a lot of it, and we didn't have the occupancy which should have, and they couldn't manage the occupancy. They tried their best, but unfortunately the way they worked was not helpful. And after they left, the hotel flourished much more. I mean,
did much better when we rebranded as St. Raphael, definitely. And actually, it's nice to tell everybody the story of how we chose St. Raphael as a name.
Really, we were sitting and with the lawyer, and everybody was trying to give a name, and this was later on the St. Raphael.
Yeah, 96,
when I remember there was one small hotel in front of the house in England, Raphael Hotel or something like that.
No, I think it was one in Paris that my parents went to and they liked. And then...
in the house in England, near the... in Paris.
In Paris,
sorry,
yeah.
In Paris.
Yeah, it's called Raphael.
Near the roundabout of the arches there, straight. It was in front of the house. It was it came to our mind. We spoke the word, and then it was chosen.
Yeah, and we wanted an saint.
And we wanted Saint to be like Beirut, Saint George.
St. George, and we couldn't get St.
Saint
George
Raphael.
here. Yeah. And then also the S.
That one was Raphael. Hotel.
And it was good because we had so much merchandise from Sheraton that their logo was all with the S and the wreath around it. And it was on everything. And to get rid of all of that was hundreds of thousands of pounds at the time.
Correct.
So by having St. Raphael, we used S still.
Yes, here and
so we could, we could get away with keeping the merchandise. And Shittu, he came to the hotel a few times. My grandparents, Shukri, and
before.
And they had their suite 103.
Up till the late 80s. Then unfortunately, when my uncle passed away, it became very difficult for his wife and the others to come. And, again, she passed away in
97.
In 93, and she passed away after 4 years. And, but
how did they choose their suites? Because their suite is 103. It's on the first floor. And it was a unique suite made for them. And a lot of people say, like, why is it on the first floor? It's like, it's the smallest suite we have.
At the time, we had only one suite, which was for my uncle when they come here as a family, small family place. But later on, they changed all the story there. And we had the improved 6 suites.
Yeah, the
they
Admiral
became
suites.
The top suites in Cyprus. Well, I think so. I don't know.
And what are your best memories of the hotel? I mean, so many years, nearly 4 decades being here.
I can tell you, it was the nice thing about it that I was seeing the family of my uncle coming on and off to this place. Otherwise, perhaps they would have been in Beirut or London.
Yeah, everyone bringing the family together. And isn't that what Jiddu had said?
It was a place where the members of the family were going and coming and passing few days here, and because of the situation in Lebanon.
And that was because he had said that, didn't he? At one point, you told me, he said, this will always be a place that they can come to, my family can come to.
Of course, yes. And Cyprus was at the time growing so quickly. And at the same time, it was a very comfortable place. Like Europe, you can find things, nice things, but at the same time, there's no lot of cars in the roads. You could park anywhere, go in the town. It was easy life here. This is very important. I mean, people liked Cyprus because it had everything good, and at the same time, it wasn't busy.
And safe.
Different than now. Now, impossible to park anywhere if you go to the town.
So true. It's so true.
Although they tried to make a lot of roads and new roads and this, but always the number of cars and the congestion go
and
quicker.
If you have one special memory of Shukri Hanna, what would it be? Or something that he used to say that you always remember?
A lot of memories for him. I mean, he was the father of everybody. I mean, helping everybody. And I used to see when he spoke to people, how helped us from the time I was in the school and all the time, I mean, and when I came to Beirut and these things. And for people, I mean, even in the company, when he had some of the employees had a story leaving or something, they used to pass by him and he was convincing them one way or another, payments or something like, until everybody was leaving pleased. He never did anything which just a little affected the people or made them angry or something. He was a very peaceful and loving person. Everybody liked him. Even sorry, I mean, I am not saying that the others were bad, but they were difficult with the employees, and he was the one helping everybody and giving time to everybody in all his companies. And in Lebanon, he made many companies. I mean, and this Beton company was his. They made one for the lime, which Caesar was in charge. And a lot of other projects and land building. And most important is the Rabia, which is the best project in the Middle East. I mean, like the best projects in America. And up till now, it's flourishing. And anybody who lives in Rabia is considered as the top place in Lebanon. It was a simple land for the church. They bought it very cheap and they made the roads and everything. They prepared it as a town. And now it became a
beautiful place.
A nice town, yes, with the municipality and everything.
He definitely did a lot of good things that helped many people. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ammo. I don't want to take more of your time. I have one last question for you, which is a random question. So just pick anything from this crystal bowl. These are all...
Sorry if I didn't remember something.
Don't worry, my goodness. This is so good.
At this age, you forget. So.
Oh, I love this. This is from Jules in our spa. This is a good one for you, Ammo. What's your favorite meal of the day?
Meal?
Yeah, meal. Lunch. You love lunch.
And then now it's proved that it is better than having heavy dinner.
Definitely.
And always I had the lunch as when I was dieting. I was dieting for the evening, for the dinner. Correct. The lunch was very important.
And are you still super healthy with your lunch? Because we used to have lunch together for years. Do you still have your herbs? You had all your spices and your herbs instead of extra salt?
Unfortunately, I liked the food a bit salty, which was not so good health-wise. But it gave taste, the pepper and the salt. Now we...
Put herbs instead and spices.
After 2 operations, heart operations.
Well, knock on wood, Amor, you're doing really well.
Unfortunately, I cannot have this operation for my back to straighten again. But thanks God, other things are going okay. And now
you're
I'm
amazing.
90 years.
90, I can't believe it.
With last few months or so. And thanks God, everything, at least mind-wise, I mean, still I can deal with people easily. I can hear well and I can see well.
And you can remember so much. You can remember, oh my goodness, things from so many years ago.
Really, up till last year, I was remembering the smallest thing. But this year especially, I started forgetting the new things. I mean, I remember when I was in the elementary school, I remember all the names of my classmates and these things. But anything which is happening now, I am forgetting it the second day. Very strange.
Wow.
I don't know whether it's normal.
I'm not 90 and I'm the same, so don't worry.
But,
I think our brains are full.
The old things, when I tell my wife we are speaking, I tell the names. And how do you remember that thing? And you don't remember if I ask you,
what did we eat yesterday?
Where have you been or something like that? Perhaps this is usual. I don't know. I mean, when you get old, to remember the things which are planted in your brains and the new things pass. Like that, you don't concentrate or...
Yeah, and there's also just more information. I mean, now, the amount of information that we see every day, we can't retain it.
It is full also, so you cannot
Absolutely.
put extra in it. I mean, extra information.
Yeah. Well, God be with you always. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
For calling me here and